The starting lineup.
You don't want... Paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander to the paint. Holmgren with a screen on Thibault. Clock at 6. Avdia with a steal. In transition, here they come. Thibault finds Ayton. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out the contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big-time talent.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Sharp. Now here's Dort. Holmgren, the pass to Dort. Outside, Williams. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Portland now. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Screen by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Avdia with a steal. Now the Blazers on the move. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Kamare. Avdia, screen on Dort. Avdia outside. The 3 from Ayton. Dort grabs the miss. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Holmgren with a screen on Sharp. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren. And yep, it's good.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
Avdia, screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Avdia outside. Ayton, a screen on Holmgren. Avdia from outside. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Hartenstein with a screen on Sharp. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein.
Man, the defender really went after him.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Sharp. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Hartenstein. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
He's off on the second. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Hey, guys. Well, this year marked the loss of Blazers great, Hall of Famer, truly a one-of-one, Bill Walton. One of the greatest big men this league has ever seen, known for his incredible passing skills. And off the court, he was just as dedicated to assisting others and making the world a better place. Guys, there is no question Bill Walton will be missed.
His legacy carries on. Okay, Shams, thank you. Now the Blazers moving it up. Avdia, screen on Holmgren. Thibault against Holmgren, and he dunks it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
So it's Oklahoma City now, after the basket by Portland. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good.
They can see the ball handling ability of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves with precision, creates opportunities in pick and roll action. That's nice.
Now here's Thibault. Takes the three. Hartenstein pulls it in. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Kamari. Can't get it to fall.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, for Lou Dort, it's all about building confidence from three-point territory. This is a growing part of his skill set.
It's Sharp with the drive. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
It's going to be on Jalen Williams. Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. Both shots good from the stripe. And we've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter here. Gilgeous-Alexander against Sharp. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren, and that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists in the game. Sharp against Gilgeous-Alexander. Ayton, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Ayton with it, takes a three. Counted from distance. Ayton's got his second basket of the night.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Well, a good close And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Trailblazers?
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively. Another
big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
They've got DeAndre Ayton, Denny Avdia out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Shaedon Sharp, and it's Kamari in at the 2. That's the group for Portland starting the second. Now here's Thybulle. Shot clock at 6. Some solid defense from Williams.
It's not easy to finish in traffic, but those are chances he has to convert.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Graham.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Oklahoma City trailing. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort for 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got 5 rebounds in the game. There's the triple. Again, the miss by Portland. For Oklahoma City, they've got nothing to go in this quarter. 0 for 5. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside. Easy 2 for Holmgren.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Here's Avdia, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Look at the power power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Sharp. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Optia picks him up. Hartenstein. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, Doris, you look at the criteria for traveling in the NBA. You think it's called often enough?
You know, BA, I'm not sure the answer to that. It's amazing to me the speed with which these officials have to make the calls. Sometimes you go back and watch it, what looks like a travel is not, or what's not called a travel is. This is actually a harder issue than people think.
Outside Sharp. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Sharp. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Screen by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Shot clock at 5. Williams from long range hits a three-pointer. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, "It's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out." Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Outside Sharp. Lets the three fly. Again, the miss by Portland. And Holmgren's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Williams, a screen on Avdia. Holmgren goes in. Here's Williams. Outside for Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Portland grabs the miss. Hayden's got 6 rebounds in the game. Avdia, screen on Williams. It's Avdia on the wing. Back to Thibault. And he lobs it up top. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
What a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
Pass to Kamari. To win the drought. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, BA.
Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Sharp. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, bodying up there, making sure to get position. That's really nice rebounding technique.
Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And Williams punches it home.
And the quickness in transition. I mean, I like watching Williams convert in these situations.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. So it's Portland now. 7-point differential. Sharp against Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets that one. Holmgren against Avdia. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Jalen Williams really making a difference here.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got. Alex Caruso is out there with Isaiah Joe. And it's Williams. And it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams in at power forward. Yep, that one goes.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Right side, Joe. The kick out to Williams. Joe on the wing. Williams, a screen on Simons. 5 to shoot. Grant against Wiggins. Off target from outside.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon.
And there it is for him.
Well, how about the opportunistic Jeremy Grant taking it strong on the drive? Love it.
Williams, a screen on Henderson. Down low. Deflects the pass. Back to Caruso. Williams, a screen on Henderson. Caruso against Henderson. There's the three. Caruso misses. Portland trailing here. For the lead. And it's laid in by Henderson.
And athleticism on display there by Henderson. Just an acrobatic move to finish the play.
Caruso against Henderson. The kick out to Wiggins. The three. They get it back. Williams. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
Simons, a screen on Caruso. Here's Henderson. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Yeah, and Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
Henderson against Caruso. Ooh, Williams with the block. Simons with it. Joe covers. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Williams misses.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Here's Joe. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Isaiah Joe, 2 shots. The play is under video review.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Now here's Henderson. Outside, Williams. Williams grabs the board. Thunder trail by 3. Back to Williams. Caruso outside. Williams, a screen on Simons. The kick out to Williams. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Now Portland with it. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Grant, the pass to Simons. From outside the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. Simons has got 5 points now this quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here's Caruso. No points yet. Williams is screen on Henderson. And here's Caruso outside. Portland with a rebound. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Henderson against Caruso. Here's Simons. And that one is stuffed right through.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And so it's Portland up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Murray out there with Robert Williams. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then it's Henderson. And it's Grant in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Gilgeous-Alexander against Grant. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. High arcing shot. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Murray. Out to Simons. It's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Dort for 3. Sinks it from distance.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Oh, okay then.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. The drive by Shea. Dort against Henderson. Dort, the pass to Hartenstein. The kick out to Williams. Here's Dort. Hartenstein with a screen on Henderson. Dort's shot is good.
Well, Lou Dort expanding his skill set, now able to run pick and roll action. Go ahead and dictate some offense, Lou.
Simons passes to Henderson. Back to Simons. Outside Murray. Murray, a screen on Williams. And Grant gets it to go.
The inside defense gets right up on Grant, but he stays cool and finds a way through to his finish.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander against Simons. Gilgeous-Alexander sinks a big one.
There's a certain amount of balance and certainly a high level of focus to score through contact. SGA.
Henderson outside. Back to Simons. And here's Henderson. Driving inside. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Attacking the hoop. That is Scoot Henderson's bread and butter. Unstoppable when he's going downhill.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts up a deep 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Grant in the post. Working on Williams. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, this is why Jeremy Grant's size is important. Stretches out beautifully whenever he's close to the rack.
Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocked away. Pass to Holmgren. Hartenstein with a screen on Murray. The 3 from Holmgren. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Dort against Simons. Henderson for three. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder trail by 8. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The layup off target. To the inside. Oh, it's Time Lord! Look out!
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Trailblazers.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
Man, you have to recognize what a night it was for DeAndre Ayton.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Fires from way outside. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And here's Portland. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Pass to Thibault. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily. A competitive game, you have to feel.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the field. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat,
This could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Levine is out there with Malik Monk. And it's Sabonis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Through the defender, Aiden, he's going to get his.
And here's Levine. There's the triple. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Here's Kamare. Monk defending. Kamare misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. DeRozan has every shot, but that mid-range, yeah, that's his bread and butter.
The veteran DeMar DeRozan, RJ, a terrific player, a great scorer.
And he's been doing it for a long time. He has been the lead scorer since he picked up a basketball.
Ayton finds Avdia, and the three ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Chauncey Billups for a minute. And when I asked him about the challenges his team will face going up against DeMar DeRozan, Coach said it doesn't matter what kind of defense you throw at him. DeMar is so good getting to his comfort zones and knocking down shots. What people don't realize is how good of a playmaker he is. Given a tall task to slow him down.
All right, David, thanks. Out to DeRozan. Outside, Levine. Just 5 to shoot. Launches it. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Kamara. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Now here's DeRozan.
Portland foul tomorrow. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Getting up there with the slam, DeMar DeRozan leaves nothing to chance.
Here's Sharp. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. We'll gladly take those.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
And the basket by Kamare.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Monk attacking. Kick out to Levine. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball.
find Sharp. Avdia, a screen on Murray. Pass to Ayton. 5 on the clock. Here's Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
And look at the hops on Grant. Lifting off for a slam before the D can contain it.
Monk against Sharp. Sabonis the pass to Murray. Sabonis sets the pick for Murray. Back to Sabonis. On the wing, Monk. Fires the three. A three-pointer is right on target. Monk's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Sacramento. They set the pick. Driving to... Oh, my goodness! What a play!
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Now, here's Monk. He's got 8. Outside, Levine. Avdia with the rebound.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
The Kings trail by 5. Levine looking around. His 3 pointers off the mark. It's stolen by DeRozan. Monk outside. Fires away from way outside. No good on the last second attempt there. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Trailblazers.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And I really like how they move the ball tonight.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes...
Taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
So fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. The challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score. When he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
Monk finds Levine, fires the three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Now here's Levine. D right on him. Here's Monk, and then Monk with the dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Now Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
and it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
And the shot goes in. Monk's got 12.
I tell you, Monk can fill it up in a hurry. Once he gets on fire, the D knows they're going to be in for a long night.
And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season. We're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you've played every team, you understand the defensive concepts. You might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Levine, a screen on Sharp to the middle, and the jam by Levine.
I don't know where you've been, but everybody else knows that Zach LaVine, this man is an aerial artist. He makes the hardest dunks look so easy.
Sharp, the pass to Ayton. Back to Sharp.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
An exciting player coming into his own. We're seeing all of what Sharp has in this one.
Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
Here's DeRozan. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Kamare. Off target with the open look. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Kings. They trail by 3. Monk outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Trailblazers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. 46 seconds left to play here in the half. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Outside, Levine.
Portland foul to Mark. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
.26 seconds left to play in the first half.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Sharp with it. 14 points for him. Grant dishes to Ayton. Good, and Grant gets the assist. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And so it's Shaedon Sharp making highlights for the Portland Trailblazers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drums. They're thinking about the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Shaedon Sharp really making a difference here.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
On the court right now for the Kings, we've got Ellis. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Lyons. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's LaRavia in at the 3 slot. And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
Shot clock at 3. It's hauled in by Thibault. Trailblazers leading by 5. Floats it up for Williams. And Jabari Walker picks up the foul.
Walker.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Ellis kicks to Valanciunas. Kicks it out to Ellis. Traps in the tray. Ellis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Simons finds Henderson. Back to Simons. Walker in the corner. Shot clock at 5. It's good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. And confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him.
Ellis surveying the D. Pass to LaRavia. Ellis with a screen on Simons. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Here's LaRavia. Here's Valanciunas. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Robert Williams.
And with how he can operate on the block and shoot it, Valanciunas is a tough matchup for most centers.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Simons against Ellis. Out to Henderson. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Crowder with the steal. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Here's LaRavia. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Williams, a screen on Ellis. Simons from outside. Drills the three-pointer. Simons has got 5.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Here's LaRavia. Covered by Simons. And that one's good, LaRavia.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Simons from outside. It's hauled in by the Kings.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for Portland. Pass to Simons. Got a piece of it. Henderson passes to Simons. Takes the 3. Henderson, no good. The Kings trail by 4. Crowder with it. Now Henderson defending. Valanciunas, good.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
With the drive. And now Sacramento on the break. Here's LaRavia, and he hits it to tie the game up.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. There's the pick. Now, here's Lyons. Shoots over Walker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. That one misses. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. From Portland. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4.
Nice finish.
We've heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
Ellis outside. The Trailblazers pull it in. Avdiev's got his 4th rebound in this one. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Sharp on the wing. Grant sets a screen for Sharp. Pass to Avdiev. Clock at 4. Lets it go from deep. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. And here we go. LaVine heading to the hoop.
Boy, that's some great speed. Athletically, LaVine is just a step above most people.
Trailblazers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. And here's Sharp. And he slams it down right on top of DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, gritty play by Sharp inside. Defense puts contact on the rookie, and he still gets it to fall.
Sabonis sets the pick for LaVine. Outside, Sabonis to take the lead. Avdiev with the rebound. Avdiev's got 5 rebounds tonight. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Avdiev with a screen for Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. LaVine wide open. Buries the long-range jumper.
ICE. Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Pass to Kamare. Here's Ayton. He takes it in, and Ayton throws it down.
This is why they give Ayton the ball in these spots. They trust him and his ability to deliver.
Monk sets the screen for LaVine. Monk outside. Back to LaVine. Clock at 6. Here's DeRozan. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
There are guys that can take that shot, and there are guys that can make that shot. DeRozan loves having the ball in these big moments because he understands how to deliver.
Pass to Kamare. Ayton a screen on Monk. Kamara. Now here's Ayton. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Chauncey Billups coaching up his team during that break. Now, Coach told his guys, it's not over until it's over. He asked them to stay sharp out there and to keep fighting. If we lose this, it's on us, he said. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Murray, a screen on Grant. it's DeRozan missing. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. Pretty honest efficiency there. Sharp, the pass to Avia. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
At the line for one, Denny Avdia.
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a 2-possession game.
Outside, Levine. Monk sets the screen for Levine. And Levine with the slam.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Sharp, the basket brings. Sacramento grabs the miss. To tie it up. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance. The coach's challenge has been
Personal foul. First team foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's called about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Monk against Sharp. Levine, a screen on Sharp. Lobs it up for Levine. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And taking a technical there is the last thing we want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
2 shots.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
And those were some big-time shots. Those free throws helping make this a 3-point game.
And so it's Sacramento who scrape by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of.
NBA games aren't played on paper, but if they were, this game wouldn't be close, Brent.
You're right, BA, but we're not doing it. We're out here on the court, and we want to see guys going at it. Tonight, given where these teams are, can the underdog step up, rise up, and get an unexpected win? We're going to find out.
Now the starting group for the Sacramento Kings. The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. Zach LaVine out there with Malik Monk, and it's DeRozan in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target at the rim.
That's the shot you hope for, right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Here's DeRozan. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
Oh, the lost art of the mid-range jumper. DeRozan dialing it in.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. The message that he sent to his team is that they need to be laser focused on DeMar DeRozan. He told me DeRozan can expect to see plenty of double teams. He said if they're going to beat us tonight, DeMar's not going to be the guy to do it. And of course, DeMar may have something to say about that. We'll find out. Back over to you.
Allie, thank you. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game, coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Williams, a screen on Murray. The 3 from Holmgren. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
You got to keep that head up, and LaVine knows that. Able to hit his man in stride there.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Hartenstein. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go on the assist from Hartenstein.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Monk with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. On the wing, LaVine. Sinks the tray. LaVine's got 5 points.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
They get it again. Here's Hartenstein. He's off on the layup. And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Now here's LaVine. He's got 5. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 5.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's DeRozan. Goes back up. Outside Monk. Pass to LaVine. There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. Count it.
And Sabonis with the reward there for the hustle, picking up the scraps.
Thunder trail by 9. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's got 5. Shot from the top of the key. Count that bucket.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Monk. Pass to Murray. Back to Monk. DeRozan with the ball. And there's the drive. Hartenstein pulls it in.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Hartenstein. Still no points. It's Williams. High post. Pass to Holmgren. Fires for 3. And the three-pointer goes.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Monk against Gilgeous-Alexander. Sabonis with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. DeRozan looks it over. And he drives in. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And that's where the frame of DeRozan comes into play. So good at bodying up to get his.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. It's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and again, it's Oklahoma City. Now Monk, 5 points in the game. No good on the shot. But if it goes, the shot no good. The baskets were coming early and often in the first quarter. Sacramento on top. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And guys, for the Kings, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
On the court for the Kings, second quarter underway. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Malik Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Here's Monk. Following the bucket by Oklahoma City, the explosive Zach LaVine.
Oh, talk about bounce. LaVine has tremendous bounce. I mean, gets off so fast to slam down those alley-oops.
And last season, Brett, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, B.A. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season. This is what Gilgeous-Alexander does. He attacks you relentlessly.
The Kings lead by 4. Outside Monk. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Murray passes to Sabonis. It's Monk on the wing. Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Superb D from Gilgeous-Alexander, using his length to wipe away the shot.
Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires from deep. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. LaVine passes to Murray. And it's good. Credit LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got 3 assists now in this one. Puts the move on. Taking it inside. SGA.
Come on, SGA. Put some sauce on it.
And so Monk will bring it up for the Kings. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
So it's Oklahoma City now. Sacramento getting their last shot to go. Holmgren, the pass to Dort. Misses the 3. Sacramento leading by 4. To the paint. Murray with the jam.
Oh, and Murray makes this look all too easy. Superb at throwing it down with some power.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. They get the rebound. Hartenstein sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he banks in the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 20.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
There seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the basket by Monk.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Offensive rebound. Here's Hartenstein. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Monk. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Levine for 3. The three-pointer is good from Levine.
Nice move by Levine. Hard to contest someone's pull-up when they get so high off the floor.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Levine. DeRozan against Hartenstein. DeRozan outside. 1 second left. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Sacramento Kings. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter, just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We'll be right back after this word. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
We've got Kenrich Williams. Alex Caruso is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then it's Williams, and it's Jones in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And Brent, the Kings have the pieces to compete and finally creating some stability.
Yeah, after that 16-year playoff absence, just being a factor in the West has Sacramento and their fans really, really exciting. Again, the pieces are there. Will they push it this year to get back in the mix?
Here's Ellis from deep three-point land. The rebound by Wiggins.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Left side, Williams. Crowder with it. He's picked up by Jones. And stolen by Williams. And here's Caruso outside. Rebound by the Kings.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Sacramento leading by 9. Ellis passes to Lyles. Here's Ellis. Valanciunas with a screen on Wiggins. Pass to Valanciunas. Just 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. Over to the wing. Let's go with a 3. Drains the triple. Laravia's got his first 3 points of the game.
And Valanciunas does a great job of surveying the floor and willing to find the open man. Nice extra pass.
And there's the call on Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
The Kings have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Here's Ellis, still without a bucket. Beyond the arc. Jones grabs the board. Thunder trail by 12. Wiggins looking around. Here's Williams. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Punching it inside, attacking the heart of that defense. I love it.
Here's Ellis, pounded by Wiggins to the wing, right side. Up again. Pass to Lyles. Here's Ellis. Tries yet again, and he lays it in.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
The Thunder shooting around 50% in the game so far. Here's Caruso. And that one's good. Caruso's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Here's Ellis. Knocks it down from distance. And the Kings lead by 13.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Wiggins passes to Caruso. Now Williams. Fires from the wing. Again, Oklahoma City.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Sacramento leading by 11. Ellis passes to Valanciunas. Oh, he tries a 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And you look at the Kings, Brett. They've had several name changes over the years of their franchise.
Yeah, before becoming the Sacramento Kings, they were the Rochester Royals, and then the Cincinnati Royals, and then the Kansas City Kings, and then all of a sudden, let's get to the West Coast, and here comes the state capital of Sacramento. It's not really affected the winning, though, has it yet?
And here's Caruso outside. Good work defensively by Crowder. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Very pretty alley-oops.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked. The kick out to Wiggins. Williams with the screen. Wiggins outside. Back to Williams. Wiggins finds Williams. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And he makes the first. So Oklahoma City going with almost an entire new group here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Jones. Dort, he's checked in for Caruso. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Wiggins. And so they foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Holmgren, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Coming onto the floor for your
We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Fires the 3. Ellis's shot is off.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. The Kings lead by 13. Here's Ellis. 5 points in the game. Here's Lyles. No good there. And so it's the Sacramento Kings in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. All right, a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. We've got Jonas Valanciunas. Jay Crowder is out there with Trey Lyles. And it's Ellis in at the 1.
Hey, yo, right here.
Puts up a 3. Dort grabs the miss.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
And the Kings going with a whole new group out there.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Williams from long range drills it from deep. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
And another miss by Sacramento. Thunder trail by 10. Outside for Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Hartenstein with a screen on Sabonis. Holmgren. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. For Sacramento, they've gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Dort against Levine. Sabonis outside. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Levine.
Sabonis a confident scorer on that play right there. Once he's got the ball in his hands in that area, he's looking to shoot.
Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. Outside for Dort. 4 on the clock. The 3 is up. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Yes, on the jumper.
Well, a solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
To the inside. Nice catch and finish on the lob. And the Kings lead by 13.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. The putback. Holmgren. Time to finish perfectly.
And this is what coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
Pass to Sabonis. Now here's Levine. Launches it from deep. Williams grabs the board. Thunder trail by 11. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 is up. SGA from distance.
SGA doesn't rely on the 3 to get his points, but man, when it's falling, watch out.
Levine against Dort. Outside Levine. Gilgeous-Alexander against Monk. Murray, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Monk missing.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Sacramento leading by 8. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
Here's DeRozan. And another miss by Sacramento.
Mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Here's Holmgren. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Malik Monk picks one up.
I like whenever Holmgren uses his length to his advantage. Great at forcing the D to foul him inside.
And he ends up making the 2nd. And that narrows the gap to 7.
Now, the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Sacramento has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the 4th. Levine against Dort. Monk, a screen on Dort. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Levine. And Levine, throw it down.
That's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, Levine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Williams' shot is good. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, B.A., you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock and don't turn it over.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Monk. The three ball. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by Sacramento.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there. That's unfortunate.
And so it's Sacramento with the W. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight.
Time, but eventually I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the kiss. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. And you think about the future of this great league, certainly, Greg, some terrific young talent on display here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? I mean, some gifted players here answering in the affirmative.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The forward spots will be Avdia and Grant. Then there's Then it's Sharp, and it's Kamare in a two-guard. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Drills it from outside.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldrich. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Dagnall for a minute. Now, he highlighted the problems that come along with facing a center like DeAndre Ayton. Coach said DeAndre impacts the game on both ends of the floor. He can score inside, shoot the mid-range jumper, and defensively, he can protect the rim and switch out on the perimeter. Certainly a talented young center. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And here's Ayton. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Will stand after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization. Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual honors, but the success he brought to the team. While they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
Now Sharp after the missed three from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to occur.
And when it comes to physical play, it's hard to get the best of Dort. He invites contact at both ends.
All free throws good from Dort. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Pass to Grant. The tray. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. For Oklahoma City, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts up a three. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The Thunder pull it in.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes back up. Fires for three. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Grant in the post, working on Williams. No good from Grant. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple years. Grant's done it all.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following the miss by Jeremy Grant. Pass to Holmgren. Outside, Dort, just 5 to shoot. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. Out left to the wing. Here's Kamara. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Thunder with the lead, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Remains Oklahoma City ball.
.58 seconds left in the first. Picked by Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets in and hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 now from the field.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Grant. Avdia, a screen on Holmgren. Grant kicks to Avdia. From past the arc. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Knocked away. Here's Kamara. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set. Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skill.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dort.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways. That's why he's a really good player, not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
And this will be his second and third shots to the line here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Ayton sets the pick for Sharp. Driving. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Grant with the ball. Dort covering. Here's Sharp, and there's the drive.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Hartenstein with the screen for Williams. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Here's Sharp. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And the rejection by Ayton.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the layup falls. 15 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Man, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Back to Grant. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kamare. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Kamare's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's got 15. The shot will not fall.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
First team foul.
1:02 left in the first half. Kicks it out to Grant. Off target from outside. The Thunder have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Holmgren. The rebound by Sharp. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's Ayton. A three-pointer off the mark. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Gonna go that time.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Grant outside. Back to Sharp. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Going inside. On the rafters, he punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatic.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And so it's Shaedon Sharp making highlights for the Portland Trailblazers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We come back right after this. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
On the floor for Portland, we've got Matisse Thybulle. Rob Williams is out there with Murray. Then there's Scoot Henderson. And it's Benton in at the point. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Henderson outside. Murray dishes to Henderson. Three-pointer. Niko stand at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Portland leading by 5. Here's Simons. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Caruso kicks to Williams. Kicks it out to Wiggins. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Wiggins has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Out to Henderson. Back to Simons. No good on the triple. Under trailing by 4. Mitchell passes to Williams. Misses the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Simons from outside. Again, Simons missing. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Pass to Caruso. Williams, a screen on Henderson. Caruso. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Thibault. And then Henderson with the dunk.
There's the basketball mind of Henderson working. Stayed ahead of the play for the score.
Mitchell against Simon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Thunder have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And he makes the first.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
And he makes good on the layup. Simons has got 4 this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Mitchell kicks to Williams. Williams has a screen for Williams. Back to Mitchell. From deep. Portland grabs the miss. And coach this guy, Matisse Thybulle. He really changes what you can do on offense with his defense.
Yeah, look, Matisse Thybulle's as good a defender as there is in the league. He hasn't had that profile because we haven't seen him on TV as much, but he's disruptive. He causes turnovers. He blocks shots. This guy's as good as there is in the league.
So long and disruptive. A great word to use. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
A bad attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Thunder trailing by 5. There's 39 seconds left in the third. Oh, good on the triple. And it's Henderson with the ball for Portland. And the slam dunk by Simon.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg, believe me. But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. And that one's good, Caruso. Caruso's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Thunder. And here is Simon. He's got 8. Henderson with the screen for Simon. Henderson kicks to Simons. And they wasted no time. Get those 3 points back. Simons has got 11 points in the quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady.
And so it's Portland bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. They'll get you back to the action after this break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Floats it up for Grant. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
A wing who can elevate, get Grant the ball anywhere close to the rim, and he knows what to do with it.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from 3-point range. Grant against Hartenstein. Here's Kamare. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded closely. Holmgren can't hit.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up,
and it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And look at the hops on Grant, lifting off for a slam before the D can contain it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Trailblazers leading by 13. Inside. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the middle, here's Dort. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Oh, Ayton in position. And Ayton throws it down.
And the impressive reach of Ayton. Lob it up his way, and he'll take care of the rest.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage. That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Kamara. Count that one.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The Trailblazers pull it in.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Trailblazers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
Sharp against Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Sharp missing. Thunder trailing by 17. Floats it up for Holmgren. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And a misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
And here's Portland. They're on a 15-5 run. To the paint. And Ayton throws it down.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Ayton, clock at 6. From deep three-point territory, misses the shot. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
Hey, everybody, we're coming to... All right, let's check out the start. Lineup. For the Trailblazers. Inside, it's Grant playing next to Ayton. Then there's Sharp, then it's Denny Avdia, and it's Kamare in at the 2 guard. And for the Kings, DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Zach LaVine out there with Malik Monk, and it's Sabonis in at the 5 down low. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Now here's Sharp. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Kings.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
Now here's Monk. From deep. Rebounded by Kamare. On offense, here are the Trailblazers.
That's an athletic play by Sharp, putting in the sweat to beat the other guys back on the fast break.
Outside Levine. From deep three-point land. The long distance 3 is buried.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Sharp. Pass to Avdia. Back to Sharp. Here's the pick. Here's Grant into the lane.
Yeah, showing the speed there. Grant saw a crease and took it.
The Kings have gone 1 for 3 so far. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Yeah, Sacramento's head coach and I were able to chat briefly. How they'll go about defending DeAndre Ayton came up, and coach told me once Ayton gets deep, it's too late. We need to find him early and not let him set up down low. Push him out to the line. That's a lot to be pushing around with Ayton being as big as they come, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
Well, Grant, the Kings are one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, BA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
Here's Sharp. Sacramento getting their last shot to go. Ayton passes to Sharp, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keegan Murray. That's his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
Here's Kamare. Sharp, a screen on Monk. Pass to Graham. Here's Kamare. Just 4 to shoot. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Sabonis. And here's Sabonis. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Monk with it. Pass to DeRozan from 20 feet. Portland with a rebound. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And that's a foul called on Sabonis. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And so here's Portland, trailing by 2.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Grant outside, 6 to shoot. 19-footer. It's rebounded by Sabonis.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he still misses it.
Outside Levine. Driving inside, kicks it to DeRozan, puts it up, and Ayton pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Oh, Grant throws it down.
Yeah, a tremendous athlete. Grant excels on the fast break.
And here's Monk. DeRozan, a screen on Sharp. Pass to DeRozan. Pulls up. And there's Murray. That one's good. On the assist by DeRozan. Murray's got 5 now.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Sharp, a screen on Monk. Back to Sharp. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer at home.
Monk against Sharp. Monk into the lane. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in the game. Grant finds Sharp. Now here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Assisted.
With his length, Ayton can easily get to the rim. In fact, he almost makes it look too easy.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Monk missing. Murray against Ayton. Off the outside. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Kamari. 3-pointer. Can't hit that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers out in front. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
Yeah, they've also started out on fire from mid-range. We'll see if they continue to that approach as the game goes on.
The duo inside. It's Murray and Sabonis. Malik Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. And so here's Sacramento. Portland making their last shot. LaVine passes to Monk. And that one is hammered home.
Showing off those playmaking skills. LaVine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
Portland leading. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Now here's Sharp. Give him 8 points now. Here's Avdia. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves. But that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
Monk for 3. Avdia pulls it in. Trailblazers lead by 4. Poke loose. Monk with a steal. Now the Kings in transition. DeRozan for 3. Connects from downtown. DeRozan's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Sharp. And there's the big finish.
Wow.
Okay, I see you.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
Cutting to the rim with ease. Levine's quick first step and explosiveness is hard to contain.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Sharp passes to Avdia. Pass to Aiden. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Aiden's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Lethal in pick and roll action. Aiden making them pay.
Monk against Sharp. Out to Sabonis. Murray for 3. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Levine. Levine's got 3 assists in the game. The Trailblazers have gotten off to a perfect 4-for-4 start of the second. Sharp passes to Aiden. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Kings.
Kings ball.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. DeRozan with the ball. Now guarded by Aiden. And it's DeRozan missing.
Now, I understand that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Greg.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick and so difficult to defend. Sharp has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
Levine finds Sabonis. Back to Levine. Portland with a rebound. Avdia's got 4 rebounds now. Three-pointer Sharp. He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Levine throws it down off the lob.
Such a fluid play. Levine is in the air, right on cue to put a smooth finish on that alley-oop.
Left side Sharp. Sharp, a screen on Monk. Here's Kamari. Monk covers. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Kamari. 4-3. Rebound by the Kings. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Grant against Levine. Murray, a screen on Grant. And there's the foul. It's on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Substituting on the court.
Here's Ellis. That won't fall. Can't drop his first one.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
And so it's Shaden Sharp making highlights for the Trailblazers. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shots.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Shaden Sharp really making a difference here.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Checking out the group for Chauncey Billups to start the second half. We've got Robert Williams, Henderson out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Klingon, and it's Thibault in at the 3. Throws it up high. Oh, hello. Time Lord with the oop. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, a compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt, or I would have been out of the league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Crowder against Simons. Crowder, the pass to Ellis. Just 5 to shoot. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. And it's LaRavia missing. Portland leading by 3. Pass to Williams. Now Henderson. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, and Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's LaRavia. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Simons outside. Outside Thibault. And he jams it home with authority.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Driving to the basket.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
And there's the lob. Ooh, they pick off the pass. Now the Kings in transition. For the tie, Crowder, the pass to Ellis. Crowder, a screen on Simons. Back to Crowder. Over Henderson. And Klingon pulls it down.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, BA. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter, and the shot goes in.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Sacramento has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Henderson against Crowder. Pass to Ellis. 5 on the clock. Here's the teardrop. Simons with a rebound. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter.
Kings foul. Trey Lyles. First personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 9 left in the third quarter. Pass to Klingon. The jump hook. Outside for Henderson. Here's Thibault. No good from outside. The Kings trailing. Out to the right wing. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Crowder with a screen. Here's LaRavia. The offensive rebound. Valanciunas. And rejected.
Wow, great size and better positioning made that block possible from Klingon.
Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Pass to Klingon. And here's Thibault. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. No problems knocking that one down. Thibault's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Ellis. He's covered by Simons. And here's Crowder from the arc. The three won't fall. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Portland leading. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Malik Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's DeRozan. Stopped home by DeRozan on the jam.
It's just the athleticism of DeMar DeRozan on full display. He's just like a gazelle in the open floor.
Here's Sharp. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Monk with it. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Pass to Kamari. Back to Sharp. Monk with a steal. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. This one for 3. And it's DeRozan missing. DeRozan's gone 2 for 7 from the field. Avdia against DeRozan. Avdia passes to Sharp. Back to Avdia. Outside Sharp. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. They grab their own miss. Oh, it's stolen by DeRozan. On the break. Releases. Sacramento again missing. And so Grant will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's Sharp with the drive. Can't cash it in from close range.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Pass to Sabonis. Launches it. Pure from 3-point range. Sabonis has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
It's just like his legendary dad. Sabonis is a large man with a smooth shot.
Here's Sharp. And he goes right over DeMar DeRozan and slams it down.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Monk passes to LaVine. And LaVine, throw it down.
LaVine is taking it upon himself to be the man in crucial moments. He's that kind of clutch player.
DeRozan against Avdia. What a terrific move that is.
Oh, that's a big bucket. Putting the offense on his shoulders right there.
1:57 left in the fourth. Here's LaVine for 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got rebound number 7 tonight. The Trailblazers have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Here's Sharp driving in, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And these are exactly the moments where you find out if a player's tough enough for the NBA. And Sharp showing no fear in a clutch situation.
Monk passes to LaVine. Fires the 3. And that doesn't go either for LaVine.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Sharp against Monk. Here's Kamari. He drops it from range. And now it's a 4-point Portland lead.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a...
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
May have saved them from. And now, instead of a heated argument, they can just go and ask for a review.
You know, the league did it right, Grant. They didn't rush a system into use that's going to cause confusion. They rolled it out in the G League, and after a few years, when they were sure it could function, they brought it to the NBA. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen on the Sacramento head coach talking to his team. Coach delivering an inspiring message to his team saying, quote, hey, you can win this game. Believe in yourselves, battle to the end. Honestly, guys, even I was a bit pumped up after hearing this one.
And Allie, thanks. There's a screen. outside Levine. They kick it out to Murray. Will it go? The vertical of Murray on full display.
Look at Murray stepping up big time. I mean, we know he wants to be a trusted scorer when they need a bucket, and he shows it.
Here's Grant. Pass to Kamari. Back to Grant. Here's Kamari. From downtown. The rebound by Murray. Here's Levine for three. Tips it up. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now it's just a 2-point Portland lead.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
So a close game sees Portland taking this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me see.
be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 side. Just 2 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Monk against Dort. Up top, Monk. To the wing right side. Sabonis. That 3 off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. And stolen by Murray. Holmgren with the steal. Nobody near Williams. Another shot, and Holmgren lays it in.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Sacramento's head coach gave me a few minutes. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Basket good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Levine, here we go. Banked in off the glass.
When you think of Zach LaVine, his athleticism pops, right? This guy off the drive, so hard to guard.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Levine. Holmgren can't hit.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Sacramento shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And hard not to get excited about Keegan Murray's potential. He can shoot the ball. He rebounds it. If this guy continues to grow his game, he could end up being a high-level impact player.
Body control, flair for the dramatic. LaVine in style.
Thunder trailing by 5. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Nice D from Levine.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Monk kicks to Levine. 1:31 left to play in the first, and he makes that one.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
It's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
But I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now, here's Monk. Basket counts.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 6. Here's Dort. Rebound by Murray.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Here's Dort. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Monk against Dort. The three. Levine can't hit. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. All going up court. The shot's good.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
Monk against Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Here's Dort. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Dort's got 5.
And they've repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. Live from Golden. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you guys think about the Kings here in this one so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
So the Thunder 5 right now. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. Hartenstein with the screen on Levine. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Poke loose. Williams with the steal. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Murray against Holmgren. Williams sets a screen for Holmgren. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle spots for the Thunder.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special.
Let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside DeRozan. Back to Sabonis. 6 to shoot. Murray outside. Pulls it up. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Third team.
Here's DeRozan. There's 1:54 left now here in the second. Stores, I know the NBA is considering using technology to help officiate out of bounds and goaltending. Do you have a problem with that?
You know, Kev, at the end of the day, I think it is about getting the calls right. If there's a way to lift the load off these officials, even if it's around the margins, why not try it?
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Thien passes to Sabonis, and it's in there.
Well, Sabonis able to finish on the interior. That's pretty.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Pass to Holmgren. Poked away. Murray with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. A finish. And it's Murray with the jam.
And Murray's potential shines through in moments like these because he's so terrific on either side of the ball.
And it's good for 2.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver nice. Oh, that's unbelievable.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Sacramento on defense. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Why, the length of SGA. Get off your feet, young fella.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Monk kicks to Sabonis. Levine against Dort. 6 on the shot clock. The shot again, Sacramento.
But a number of ways to score off the pick and roll, and Levine makes it look easy.
From deep three-point land. And again it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Thunder. On its way from Monk for 2. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Jay Crowder out there with Ellis. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Trey Lyles. And it's LaRavia in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Mitchell dishes to Williams. Mitchell against Ellis. And Mitchell gets it to go. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Caruso against Crowder. Caruso looking for an opening. Williams passes to Caruso. Mitchell kicks to Williams. Softly drops in the floater. Williams has got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Lyles a screen on Mitchell. Here's Ellis. Pass to Lyles. The 3. Cans it from downtown. Lyles got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And now the latest From our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. And both free throws good from Crowder. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. To the inside, Williams. And that one, good.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's LaRavia. Hasn't made one yet. Missed inside.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Here's Caruso. No good from outside. For Sacramento, they've gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Ellis outside. Sacramento moving it around. Pass to LaRavia. It's good from long range. LaRavia's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Caruso against Crowder. Caruso, the pass to Williams. Now here's Caruso. He's tightly guarded, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break.
Boy, George Gervin-esque with the feathery touch on the finger roll. Don't see that too much anymore.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Crowder against Caruso, and it's good, 2 points.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Outside Crowder. Cast to Valanciunas. Here's Ellis. Right wing. 5 on the clock. LaRavia passes to Ellis. For the 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Caruso, no good. The Kings leading. Kicks it out to Ellis. Miles sets a screen for Ellis. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
On the wing, Wiggins. Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
Ellis kicks to Crowder. 15 seconds left to play in the third. Over to the left wing. Ellis outside. Lets the 3 fly. That doesn't go either for Ellis. It'll count. That shot misses. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's Sacramento. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for Oklahoma City right now, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward.
Levine's cooking right now, and on the defense, I'm trying to make sure I knock him off balance.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Sacramento ball.
So it's Sacramento now. The lead is 2. Outside, Levine. Pass to Sabonis. Kick out to Levine. And the jam by Levine.
That elite athleticism of Zach LaVine. This guy loves to finish up high.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Levine. Outside, Dort. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Levine. Out that one. The Sacramento lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, you respect the shot selection from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just taking what the defense gives him.
Monk outside. DeRozan a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Murray, good.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from 3. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Sabonis' screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Monk finds Levine. Oh, they get it back. Here's DeRozan. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Kings leading now by 4. Knocks it loose. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Monk. Levine looking around. Back to Sabonis. Just 3 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
And Levine, here we go. And the jam by Levine.
Levine delivery in a big moment. What a game we've got.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. And Dort gets it to go.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Monk outside. And then Monk with the dunk.
Monk has some bunnies on it. I mean, he leaps up there with ease to throw that one down. The D has got to be a little bit more aware of his athleticism.
What a moment for Gilgeous-Alexander in the clutch. Yes, sir.
The drive by Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
And some hang time on the rim. Just a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. It's good. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
The kick out to Sabonis. Murray, the pass to Levine. There's a screen by Murray. 4 on the shot clock. Frames it from downtown.
and starting to see what this kid is made of. Murray not shying away from the challenge so far.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Levine. Offline with his three. And Levine with the slam.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Now here's Murray. Down low. Deflects the pass. Taken away by Williams. Here's the three. Nails the triple.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
And so it's Sacramento who's straight by with thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and